Hello everybody, my name is RPG and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force 3. In today's episode, we are going to be utterly disregarding all of the good advice that we were given about not splitting our army in two and not getting pincered between the two battalions, and we're going to just go fight them all at the same time. This seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. We might as well enjoy our promoted stat character Power Spike while we can, because things will start to calm down again in the not too distant future. I'm going to try and get all my characters up to level 4 by the end of this one. It should be relatively achievable for us. Khan, I'm probably going to reserve most of his mana this time and use him to make everyone have really high defense when we get near the boss, because I've not shown him yet actually. That's twice now in this chapter that I've just forgotten about the new enemies. The Aspinia Knights there are a new enemy. When the game's done with the enormous parade of characters on low agilities and I get my control back and I can have a look, I'll go showcase what they're about. Most of the enemies now are going to be hitting... Okay, this should do some damage. Okay, so Simios takes 8 from a crit from that instead of the 1 from a normal move. Right. Do I get a character? There we go. So we got the Aspinia Knight. They've got a fair bit of health, really quite high attack, and obviously their movement is quite high. General Fafhard has got an absolutely monstrous amount of attack, and he's also got freeze too. Like, the amount of attack that he has got is really, really problematic. Which is why I'm thinking, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use Khan's support spell, just to make sure that nobody just gets murdered by him. Especially for Obright, because although Obright hits really hard and he's reasonably tanky, he is weak to swords. And I'll also have to be a little bit careful with Ratchet. I do want to level up his anchors, which count as an axe, which makes him really, really good for hitting the knights. But anchors, like axes, are vulnerable to swords, so I can't have him... I've got to keep him with the longbow equipped whenever I'm engaging the boss, in case the boss just runs over and hits him. So, if we just start chipping down these mercenaries... I think these enemies are quite high level, so we should be able to get a reasonable amount of XP out of them. Should make it nice and easy to get everyone before. Symbios, I'm going to go and put you, like, here. See if I can't draw all the enemies over to him. Masquerade I'm going to keep over here on this side. Irene is going to come and punch this guy. I think it's Irene, Eldar, Cyball at level 3, and so on, Noon and Ratchet. So we've got 5 characters to prioritise, but this should be really, really easily doable. Especially with the mercenaries being worth 30 each. That's 90 XP's worth over here alone. So this is a bit of a risky move, because Eldar's actually weak to arrows. Which is doing reasonably good damage, so it shouldn't be too much of a bother. And we can get someone else to just tap that and finish it off. I want Antares to go over here and fight this dragon. In fact, I wanted to send Ratchet with him. We keep Khan. Actually, Khan's not healing in this battle. He's just going to stand around and use support in a bit. Right. So, this is Blaze 3. We'll find out how much this hurts. Ideally, I don't want this mage to get another turn, which might mean that I just kill him with Symbios. We'll see how character turns fall after this. That's 13 damage, that's a reasonable amount. Hayward can probably kill this mage. Well, I mean, if he doesn't kill it, it's asleep, so... That's that gone. So now we don't have to worry about 13 damage AoEs over there. The knight obviously saw Hayward do that and thought, not having any of that, thank you. That's quite nice. He's going to stay put. The High Priest might have other ideas, but we'll see. Because of that crit and that spell, actually, Symbios has taken a lot of damage. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot Elder. Please don't crit. Right, I definitely need to get him healed up. especially with two of these. Like it's very luck reliant, but if they all okay, this sucks. If they all start critting, he's gonna drop like a rock. Our Grace can reach. Never mind. Problem solved. This won't be a full heal. Symbios has got far too much health at this point for a heal 1 or 2 to heal him back up to full, but this pushes him out of the danger zone. And it should give Grace a big chunk of XP. Oh, still only 10. I thought when you healed for full, it was more than that. But, oh well. So, I think Obright can probably murder that knight. But for now, we'll just have him hold tight. Right, the priest has moved forward, that's fine. What I'll do after this is I'll just have Hayward back away. I should have engaged the knight now, actually. I don't think the knight can stab him for 23. I don't think the knights can stab anybody for 23. It'd probably be pretty close if they hit Masquerade or Noon. Oh, don't counterattack. Oh, it survived. Okay. I was expecting that just to be a straight up one-shot. Well, at least that makes it nice and easy for somebody else to kill now. This worries me slightly. This really worries me. Oh, okay. That was less damage than I was expecting. Right, Ratchet, I want you to go over there and help Dantrez with the dragon. So, Noon. If you chip this sniper elf down... Oh, actually, you're going to kill this sniper elf. Whoops. I suppose you do still need to hit level 4. After this, I might send him to go help on the other front. Oh, they weren't worth very much XP. Must just be these mercenary guys that are. The mage is my biggest concern. Okay, well that's Cybele to level 4. Sweet. That was nice and quick. Remove the mage from the equation. Elder's not quite level 4 yet. More to go. Masquerade. Let's, for a laugh, because I haven't demonstrated it yet, and I don't know if it will even do anything. Let's get the rod back out, and let's try casting Dispel on this guy. Let's see if we can silence him. And... interesting. So, that High Priest now is unable to do anything at all. So, that's that threat gone. Right, Irene, I want you to go in there and punch this mercenary, because it's one of the few enemies that actually does damage. Well, it's Irene to level 4. So the resist spell is the counterpart to Khan's support spell. It is a magic defense buff. Obviously there's no magic defense stat specifically, I think it just increases or decreases the damage you take from like magic stuff by a set percentage. So I kind of want to just use Spark here for a laugh to chip these down a bit. So that's... oh, no, not aggress. It's been a while since I've hit 3 enemies at once with the spell. And Symbiosis Spark is a bit weaker than Masquerade's. So we might as well. It'll leave these nice and weak, but they can be one-shot by pretty much anybody else. How much we reduce the sniper elf? That's not too bad. 2 experience points though. That's all. Right, inch Dantrez a bit closer. Keep Khan over here. Has he got any healing items actually? Yeah, use a herb. That'll do. We've gotten to the point where medical herbs basically aren't useful anymore, so might as well get rid of them. Right then. Hayward, if you go for the knight. Well, that's perfect. Now we'll let someone level 3 finish that off while it's asleep. Ooh, actually, I need to move Masquerin away from where she is because the Hellhound might be able to reach her. Sickens me slightly that these awful, awful Wing Knight enemies still do 3 damage to Symbios. But on the bright side, at least he's basically invincible. He does need another heal, actually, but we'll cover that. I guess we'll get Grace to do that in a moment. I was hoping this guy wouldn't be able to reach. This is going to hurt. Oh, actually, it didn't hurt as much as I expected. I thought it was going to do a fair bit more than that. Oh, actually, Grace needs a heal. And this guy's full health. How about I let that slip? Can't remember who's level 3 still. I think it's Elder. Right, so Danteres can fight this dragon. I don't think he actually got hit by fire breath in the volcano cave. Would have been nice. We could have recreated that bit from the intro sequence, the FMV. Right, Obright, how much damage do you do to these priests? More than I thought you were going to do. Okay, then. These 4 enemies at the back here shouldn't be any trouble for now. Actually, this works. I'm glad this is hitting Irene. Because she's very tanky, and she'll just regen that back up anyway. Right. What we want to do here is we want to put the anchor away and use the shell. Because the shell, it's a flying enemy, it's weak to it. And also, when we move up to Fafhard, I'm probably going to forget if I've got the anchor equipped, and that will get Ratchet killed, and that would suck. Right, Noon is still level 3. These enemies are worthless, but we'll get rid of those.
Now bear my Arctic blast.
We'll have to give Noon a kill over at the other end of the map, I think. I don't think these are going to give him enough XP to level. Well, they were grouped together nicely, so it was a good use of efficiency. To be fair, 16 XP for doing that was more than I was expecting. Right, Cybor's level 4 now. So she can go tootle over here. Right. Let's have a think. The Hydra's going to reach us soon, but it's not a problem for now. Let's just use Spark and try and get rid of this Hellhound. That's a pretty reasonably high amount of damage there. We should be able to just chip that off with pretty much anybody now. Right, Irene. Let's have you heal up Symbios. This way I can try and get a kill onto Grace here. Elder should still need to pick one up as well. So, Elder attacks a mercenary. Oh, actually, she might be able to do 19. If not, Grace can finish it off. That's dead. Right, that's Elder's level 4, though. Perfect. We're just a sniper elf there. We'll start sending the main force back over. So Ratchet should be able to kill this now at the end of his turn. Unless Danteres kills it now. Nearly. That was a lot more damage than I was expecting. Right. If we keep Khan on hand. That knight there's asleep, isn't he? Okay, well he's awake now, but he was asleep. Let's not let the Hellhound have another turn. This seems like a reasonable thing to do. Good night, sweet prince. This might sting, actually. Noon's defense is not very high. Yeah, that's a terrible enemy. It's just chunked him for half his health. So I have to be pretty careful with Noon, I think, from here on. I'm not sure Grace can do 15 damage, but I'm also reasonably confident that she won't get hit for 18 in return. She'll have to finish that off next turn. This might sting a little. Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. It's the specials that really hurt. Let's send Obright down here to smash this Hydra's head in. Because I think I've got most people a level up at this point. It's just Grace and Ratchet. And to be honest, this should do it for Ratchet. If it doesn't, there's a knight down there with his name on it. Right, we'll get him to kill the knight as well. Right, please don't use your special. Oh, okay, well that sucks. What this is going to do is it's going to cut Obright's defense and agility. It's like the opposite version to the support spell that Khan's got. It sucks because it's just going to make him really squishy. We'll just start charging everybody over there now to just sort of deal with things. We won't let that guy get another turn, so we'll just blow him up. After this, before I engage the rest of the guys, I'm going to heal everybody up for one. And then I think before I do anything else, I'm going to get Khan to buff everybody's defense. And then send everybody in that way. But Symbiote there, the knight might go for him. We'll get Irene to do a little bit of healing. Because she'll definitely have to help Grace out to speed things up a little bit, otherwise it's going to take me ages to get everybody topped up. Oh, Noon's still level 3 as well. I'd forgotten. Khan can sit tight. Dan Therese is in a reasonably good spot, so just park there. No, I want Ratchet to kill that, don't I? So we'll hold tight. What's the worst that it can happen? So that's effective damage, that's only a 5. I think we're alright. Right, unless this crits and does 18 damage, I think we're alright now. Yeah, only 7. She's a bit hardier than Noon is. I think she would have been safe regardless. What we can do though is we can just use heal Tornado 1 instead of 2. We only need the single target this time. I'm expecting single. Oh, okay, 11 damage. I was expecting single digits. Will this get Grace to level 4? No. Sniper elves are worth very, very small amounts of XP. Oh, the enemy seems to be clustering together though. I think they've realised that their time is nigh. Obright's going to have to just chill for a while. Right, can you kill this guy, Ratchet? I should have put his anchor on to make sure. Yeah, now he needs another attack. Damn. Well, I think Symbiote will be okay to take another hit, so... Right, if I start putting my guys in formation, ready to have Khan come in and buff them all. Who needs healing? Oh, Obright needs a pretty big heal. We're also going to have to wait for the acid breath effect on Obright to wear off, really, before we can send him back in. That's going to be unfortunate. He's one off max, but close enough, really, I think. We will put Elder here. Symbiote can stay where he is and just soak up another hit. Danterez can stay where he is. Khan I'm going to put over here, because I'm going to cast a spell centered on him. Or the first one anyway. And then everybody else I'll catch in the second one. Yeah, just stab Symbios again. More or less negligible amount of damage. Right, if we move Hayward here, he can't attack, but that's fine. Grace can start charging over, ready to help out. I think the only person I'm not going to defense buff is Noon, and that's because I'm going to just keep him away. Because he'll just die if he's on the front line. So what did she get 12 for healing herself? And I've seen her heal other characters for not even the full amount, and whatever. Right, so we'll put Obright there. Okay, so slows one off on him. We will put... Oh, I'm going to put Irene in the middle there. And then... No, I'm going to put Irene in front and Ratchet in the middle. Right. Is that going to level him? Ah, there we go. I might actually top Ratchet up as well. I know he's only down 2 health, but... Does Noon have a herb? No, you got a potion, that's a waste. You're not getting a defense buff. And neither is Grace. Because you're not going to be fighting on the front. If we put Irene here, we'll just throw a big heal backwards. We're preparing for this boss a little bit more than we have for others, but it's because he's got, unlike some of the other ones, his special attack is actually really dangerous. It does a lot of damage, so we've got to make absolutely certain that everyone's going to survive before we send them in. Like, Masquerin still needs a heal as well. You have a herb? No. This can't have a herb. No. However, I am going to go through the motion of casting his spell. We'll get everyone topped up here. I say topped up. Buffed up. And then we can start sending people in. And then we'll find out if we're making a terrible mistake or not. Again, I'm not entirely sure how much this buffs by. It could be a percentage. It could be a fixed amount. I'm not sure. I might look it up, and then next time I do a fluff episode, I'll talk about them there. But the magic version of this is actually really quite useful. But I'm not going to be using that for quite some time. So the rest of this side is just going to sit tight. Right, Fafhard's had his turn. That's perfect. That means I'm now more or less clear to just send everyone in. We'll heal Masquerin up, just to make absolutely sure she's going to be alright. She's not going to be on the front line, but I suppose she does run the risk of having one of those high mobility enemies just run around and attack her. Right, Obright. You are going to turn this guy to paste. That was almost a one-shot. I genuinely think that if his power wheel would break like 50 damage, and that would then be the biggest hit we've had so far. Right. So you take 1 from that guy, that's fine. It's not that guy that I'm worried about, though. Right, I've put Ratchet in the middle. Masquerin. Actually, we'll have you just kill that knight. Because that's probably that's one of the more dangerous things here. Purely because it's got high mobility. That's why I'm worried about it. So we'll remove that from the equation. That's got Masquerin to 5. That's pretty sweet. Nice defensive level up for her there. Promoted magic characters don't tend to gain more than 1 MP very often, which is a bit of a shame, but she is already an absolute monster. Right, so we should be able to chip this mercenary down pretty quickly. Definitely with an attack like this. Just need someone to walk over and tap that guy now. Right, so I don't really want to put Cybele in the middle here. I really don't. But she's got a defense buff, so she should be okay. Moon's just going to try and chill. Right, Khan. You've buffed everybody on that side. Now I want you to buff this side. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that sucks. Right. You can only get two unique people. I think Irene and Ratchet probably need it more than Danterez does.
Lord, give me your
Oh, I
power.
genuinely didn't realise this was a one-tile move. Otherwise, I would have just left Ratchet out and put him in the middle. Well, at least Ratchet and Irene are going to be should be relatively safe. Let's find out how safe. Let's punch this knight. Respectable damage, I suppose. Irene's damage is has started to drop off, really, but because we're not aggressing out of this, actually, we might as well just have... Well, actually, you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't tested out that knife. So, it's a fairly substantial attack power loss, but it's got a high crit rate, so let's see. To be fair, actually, 18 damage is pretty good. That's probably about what Spark would have done. Let's send Danterez in and kill this guy. I've realised what I'm doing here, though, actually. I'm bunching all my characters together, but to be honest, if the boss decides to use freeze 2 rather than melee, that's probably preferable, to be brutally honest. So, if this guy goes to sleep, that'd be perfect. If he doesn't, whatever. Well, that'll do. Now I haven't got to worry about him chipping anybody down. Now I've just got to worry about what the boss is going to do. Right, he's casting freeze. That'll do. So this is probably going to sting a bit, but it's better than the alternative where he just absolutely murders somebody with his sword attack. And to be honest, his damage from the freeze spell is not as high as I thought it would be. Really not as high as I thought it would be. Right, what we need to try and do now is box him in. It's been a while since we've had to adopt the old box strategy, which we did with Spirial, and we might have done with Franz, I can't remember. We definitely did it with Abdark. I don't think we did it with Garzel, off the top of my head, but we didn't necessarily need to there. Right, Obright, I don't think I want him to be one of the characters that I use as part of the box. Because he's weak to swords. I'll probably use Cybele, Danterez, Symbios, maybe Irene. Although now he's level 5. Probably could survive it now, but we'll play it safe. We'll get Ratchet to shoot the boss, take a bit of damage off him, see what how long this is going to take. I didn't realise that Ratchet came with a special for the Great Shot, for the longbow even. That's pretty sweet, actually, especially because the boss is now blind, which in theory means he should miss when he swings. I mean, whether or not he does will remain to be seen, but that's the intent. We might be able to just kill him before he gets a turn, though. That would be the best course of action. We'll see. So I don't think I want Elder to tank him, but yeah, we'll do it this way around. Elder can join in. Yeah, I'm glad I've got her to help now. That was a pretty reasonable amount of damage. Cybele can chip away. Ooh, he's weak to Cybele. Oh, and he'll be weak to Danterez as well. Yeah, he's going down this turn. I could heal, but I feel like it would be more entertaining to just use spells. and make sure everybody gets some damage in. And as long as we've still got people going beforehand, let's heal Hayward. I think Cyborg really I should be healing more than anyone else because she's still in melee range, but I don't think the boss will get a turn before Symbios and Danterez do. Or Noon. Not that Noon can reach. This hopefully will just take the boss out. Oh, I kept his little sword equipped. Little knife even. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good job Symbios does a lot of damage, isn't it? Given he just basically poked that guy to death with a knife. And that got him to level 5 as well. That's a nice way to end. And he got a sword that I won't be using. So, there's going to be a pretty big chunk of story now. So, I'm going to cut this episode here. And I hope to see you next time.